Hello, John. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Megan. She sent your website over to me for analysis, and here is that analysis. Thank you for letting us do that. Now, the first thing I have to tell you is you have a beautiful site. This is something that people would want to come to who are looking for a roofer. It is interactive. It has great visuals. It is well designed. It has a lot of interest with things sliding in and out. It's truly a wonderful website. You spent money on this, and it is money well spent. Absolutely. Now, the first thing I have to tell you is that I'm not interested in the aesthetic part of it, because when you have a beautiful website, it will satisfy a customer that gets here. My interest is in getting a customer here. And that is what this analysis is going to be about today, getting people to your website. And believe it or not, all the things that will get them to this website are in your website already and might just need some tweaking. So let me show you what those are. Your site is underperforming for your market, and let's fix that. I'm going to tell you 3 things to do for your website, and I'll go through that in a second here. The first thing I do after I look at your site is I go to this thing called Ahrefs. It is a paid tool that I use. It shows me the metrics of your site, and it shows me how your site has been performing over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is a regular old Google search, in this case for Olaf, Kansas roofers. And it is important for me to talk a little bit about Google at this point. And the reason so is that Google drives about 96% of your visitors to your site. 96% of the people that end up on your site are the result of a Google search. That is a lot. That is astounding number. That's how powerful Google is. Now, the order of everything on a Google search page is the result of a Google algorithm. Now, I said the word algorithm, so please don't have your eyes gloss over and your head hit the table. I'll try to make it brief and interesting. The algorithm was developed by Google to give its search customers the most relevant results that they think they could want when they get to a site. Now, relevance to Google is different than it is to you and me. For you and me, I would like relevance to be something that has to do with a work ethic and good materials. For Google, it has to do with the how good a website is, more or less. So, now, the first thing that the algorithm has determined the order of are these folks here. We call this the map pack, and you can guess why. And they have done something that the folks down here have not, and that is they have filled out a Google Business Profile. Now, the Google Business Profile is like any other profile online. It's going to ask you some things about your subject, and the subject being your business. It's going to ask you what year you started your business. It's going to ask you what your opening and closing hours are. It's going to have some other tick boxes for you to look at, and it's going to ask you to prove that the site is your own. Now, beyond that, if you do that well enough, then there is a chance of you getting up here in the map pack, and that is exactly what you want, because getting closer to the top of a Google search has a monetary value. That's right. Businesses are made and lost by not conforming to what Google wants. Now, underneath the map pack, we have what we call the organic search results. And these folks here are a mix of contractors or lists, Angie's List, Yelp, Better Business Bureau. I'm going to choose Weddle and Sons as your sort of Google business competitor. They're above you in the search results. I don't know how far down you are actually, but I'll do that in a little bit. So here's Weddle and Sons. This is their website. It is a nice website also. You know, like I said, I'm not here about the aesthetic part of it. And, wow, it looks like they serve a lot of different cities and states. So here I'm going to do something really fast. This is, I'm going to copy and paste your home page into this word counter document here. 417 words. Now I'm going to do the same with Weddle. Copy and paste into this. They have 398 words. Now, both of you are underneath the word count that Google wants. Generally, you would win this little battle. but they have one, and I'll show you why in just a second. All words are not equal on Google. So your 417 words might not be the words that Google is looking for, and I'll show you what those words are. But the first thing I need to tell you is that Google wants 1,500 words. Here is their thinking about that. They want their search customers to get educated about whatever it is that they are Googling, whether that be something for academia or whether it be something for looking for a roofer in Kansas. Now, those are the words, the number that Google wants you to have on your site to be considered a legitimate source of information. So you have a little ways to go, about 1,100 words. But remember, you also want to beat your competitors. And as other people find out about what the Google algorithm is looking for, other people are going to begin to adjust their websites too. So it's good to stay on top of that. If you can do 1,500, you can probably do 2,000. Get that word count up there and have them be the right words. Here are the right words. The right words are keywords. Keywords are words that Google expects you to have on your site. And those are words that were taken from Google searches, taken from all of the sites that come up from Google searches, and also come up from the communities that you serve. So you have 74 of those, and your competitor Weddle has 1,400. Now, that seems like a big distance, but it's actually pretty short. You can fill that really quickly. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. Well, obviously Weddle and Sons, but solar roof installer, roofing Boulder. You see how they're starting to use the communities that they're around, the communities that they serve. Roofing in Boulder, solar roofing companies near me. What else? Roofing Olaf. What do you know? Roofing System Omaha, roofing installation Bellevue, Nebraska. A lot of these have to do with just the communities that are being served, but there are generally a lot of others that have to do with skylights and dryer vents and gables and soffits, those sorts of things. And those are generally come from questions. These are actual Google searches. So that is what you want to keep an eye on. Make sure that you are satisfying the Google algorithm when it comes to the keywords. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about are your backlinks. You have 480 backlinks, and your competitor has 772. They win this little competition also. And I'm going to show you what your backlinks are. The backlinks are where your site appears on someone else's site, and there is a link back to your site on that site. So, for instance, it would be Yelp. Yelp is one. Here are their backlinks. I don't know why they're on BuzzFeed, but they must have done something interesting. Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, This Old House, and so on. You want to be on any of the sites that are rated 70 and above, for instance. Now, the domain rating is something that is the result of the backlink profile strength on these pages. In other words, more people go to Super Pages than they do to topratedlocal.com. And by comparison, more people go to expertise.com than they do to Super Pages. So you want to be on any of these that are highly rated because their domain rating refers to how many people have a link back to them. So Super Pages has a lot of links to it. So does yellowpages.com. And the more links Google figures, the better it is for their customers. Google is sort of like the mean girls at the locker room in high school. You know, the more that they talked about somebody, the more infamous that person would become. And that's exactly what Google does. Talking about somebody in Google's world is having a link to them. So that is sort of like a comment that Google appreciates. And they want to send their customers to sites that other people have already flocked to because they figure that those must be interesting. If there's a lot of people going to them, they must be interesting. Now, here's where the rubber hits the road, and that is visitors. Last month, you had 32 visitors to your site. That's down 18 from the month before. Here's what they had. They had 743. So that is that many more opportunities for a a visitor to turn into somebody who asks for an estimate, and that estimate to return into a customer, and that customer to turn into money in your pocket. So there is an absolute value in being at the top of a Google search. Now, I'm going to, again, scroll down and see if I can find you. And I want you to keep in mind here your own search habits, because how far down do you go when you're looking for something before you stop and say, you know what, I probably have what I need from here on up. I don't need to scroll down further. Things are getting kind of sketchy down here anyway, so I'm going to stop and go up. That's what a lot of folks think, and sometimes it's actually true. Some of the lower sites are not that relevant, and relevant in the Google terms, not mine. You want to be near the top. Would you have stopped scrolling looking for a site by the time that I stopped? Think about that. And thank you so much for watching. I hope I have been helpful. All the things that I've told you to do today, I'm going to summarize: the Google Business Profile, the keywords, and the backlinks. And you could do those yourself. However, they are time consuming and they are technically difficult. So it would be probably best, in your best interest, to continue doing the beautiful roofs that you do, and make your site become a tool of your business that drives you customers and money, as opposed to digging around in the belly of your website. And that being the case, this is an opportunity for you to give Megan a call and let her guide you through the next steps. Thanks so much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.